Good morning to all you beautiful people looking for a different perspective. My name is Dr. Patrick Flynn. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, April 30th. Oh my goodness, we're towards the end of the month. I'm so excited that you guys are here with me to share a different perspective. Yes, people said, Doc, I think you changed your opening. I did, because I realized that all you beautiful people out there would watch the show are looking for a different perspective. And when I get to travel all over, it's actually kind of great when I come up and people say, Doc, I love your show on Saturday mornings. It reminds me of Saturday morning cartoons. Remember that when we were little? We always had Saturday morning cartoons. We'd get up. It was great. Well, I'm happy I can be your cartoon for the week every week because I hope to bring some entertainment, but also some valuable information that will change your life. So it's been a great month. There's been so many great things that happen. And we have some wonderful people in studio today. It's kind of nice because Bryan and I are always here doing wonderful things, but it's always nice when we have multiple people here, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. So hope you guys are having a great weekend. It's absolutely incredible here up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'll talk about some of the travels that I had last night, but also travels I have coming up. So excited to be here. We have an absolutely wonderful show to bring some information to you guys. Two things, but I have to tell you, the show today will be a little bit intense just from some of the things that we found out that are going in Wisconsin. And the Mother's Moment is going to be very emotional. So I will tell you this, that if you do have kids around, when we get to the Mother's Moment section, I ask you, I'm not joking, I ask you to, it's very sad what's kind of happening, but our show is always meant to bring you the greatest information, which comes from a different perspective because some of the stuff out there is downright literally disgusting. So I'm going to give you a little pre-warning to that till we get that segment just so you know what happens. But besides that, remember, one thing that you can always do if you do miss a show, people say, Doc, what can we do if we do miss a show? You can go to our website. You know, our website is thewellnessway.com. As you can see, we have a wonderful journey series, but the show is always at adp.thewellnessway.com. You can go watch our past shows. You can go watch it live. We always have thousands of people on live from all over the world. It's kind of cool because if you get to see behind the scenes here, you would be surprised when you see little dots because we get to see where people pop up all over the world. It's kind of exciting. So, but that being said, I can always tell you guys this, that being here, you guys get to see me in front of camera, but the things that happen behind the scenes are absolutely incredible. I can honestly tell you, I am so blessed to have absolutely amazing people in my life that allowed this show to run so well, from all the graphics to all the things. But today I got surprised because dear individual that means the world to me actually is in studio today. And it's kind of cool. We were having lunch yesterday, and it was kind of great talking about all the things because even though that we get kicked off all of our media, our stats still get to go up. Do you know what I'm saying? And I mean this nicely. I'm not that good, okay? So there has to be more than just this wonderful information that gets out there. It takes some amazing people. So our marketing manager, Crystal, is actually here today, and she doesn't know this happened, but come up here, Crystal. Here's a dear woman that means so much to me. She came from down south and came here, and she has made our marketing team absolutely incredible. She is our marketing manager. So, Crystal, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Awesome. She actually makes this happen so much. And so when I talk about some of our stats, now she has put together an amazing team with all the people that are there, but this woman has added so much to my life and the why even a different perspective. And even though that we got kicked off of media, with her ideas and the things that she put together, our stats keep on going up every month, reaching all you guys with this information. So appreciate you dearly, girl. Thank you so much. So she's amazing. She actually didn't know I was going to bring her up here. I love surprise that, but she came in to watch the show this morning. But no, she's here all week long and stuff like that, and she comes up with some great ideas. So Crystal and all the team, I can't thank you guys enough for everything that you guys do. You guys are amazing. We also have a new man in studio. I'm bringing him up here too. Actually, one of our video guys, Eric, get up here, man. So I'll tell you guys, I mean this sincerely, you can't do great things without other great people. We just had another addition to our amazing, oh my goodness. Yeah, oh my goodness, we go up, he's got to squat down. What are you, like 6'6"?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, he's amazing. He's 6'6", but boy, he brings some emotion to these wonderful videos that we put out. So man, I appreciate you being here. He's new to our team that way. And that's all behind the scenes stuff that you guys don't get to see. My goodness, you guys don't realize, I can actually make this thing go up and down. It's kind of cool. I love my desk. The things you can do on this desk are absolutely amazing. It goes up and down. It's actually like you get to do a show on here. I get to sit down and work on this thing. It's absolutely incredible. I just love this desk, okay? So I get to sit around and actually have my coffee all day. I don't know why people watch a show. I really don't. So it's like the stuff that we do and get away with is kind of crazy. But that being said, no joke, I can honestly tell you, it's great having these incredible people here. It's also great being able to share a wonderful message. And people always say, Doc, I had this come up and say, tell me a little about yourself, a little bit something that people don't know. Well, I can honestly tell you, one of the most meaningful things in my life, believe it or not, is just connection. It really is. And so it's kind of cool because I could just grab a cup of coffee, sip on it, sit on this desk, have some connection with people. So let's call this today, this is connection coffee. You understand? Because we are connecting and we're having some good time and we have wonderful people. Connection coffee to me is probably one of the most amazing things to do and get to know each other, because here's what happens this. You'd be surprised that when you just sit down and talk to people and how fascinating they are. Crystal's fascinating. Eric's fascinating. Dr. Todd Strong is here from from Sarasota, Florida and stuff. Our Sarasota office with our wonderful Dr. Rachel and Connor. He has recently started our doc. Thanks for being here. And once again, we also have Jessica and Gabe. Jessica was actually one of our interns, and now I can't call her intern. She's a doc out in Colorado. That's a great thing. And Gabe, actually, what trimester are you in? Eighth. He's a wonderful doc that I met some times ago. He's still in school. That being said, it's great to sit down and connect with these people and have a wonderful time with them, because connection is the key to actually not only winning my heart, but also with people itself. I believe that you can have major differences even on views, but if you can connect with somebody, you can win their heart. So that being said, thanks to Crystal, guess what happens? We still have some media that were not kicked off. If you look at that, we still have 3 channels that you can kind of come see. We have more than that, but if you look, you can go to the Dr. Patrick Flynn YouTube page. Once again, that one, thank God, didn't kicked off yet. We also have the Wellness Way YouTube page. You can see that. And also the Wellness Way Facebook page. See, my largest page that we got millions of views from all over the world was my Dr. Patrick Flynn Facebook page, but they have limited me on what I can do. I can still every once in a while like post some words and stuff like that, or post a message, but I can't go live, I can't post, I can't share stuff that way. Which is really sad considering the fact that as I travel over the world and the crowds continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger, people need a different perspective in life-changing information. I work so hard to connect this message to the world that guess what? It's credible that people can see these things. It's sad that social media stuff has done these things and pulled it away. But I've been really excited. It's rocked the world, but I am jacked up that Elon Musk has bought in Twitter. Because I'm on there, okay? I barely ever used it, before, but now that Elon Musk is talking about free speech and everything that's there that way, I don't care if you agree with him or not. I just care that people believe in free speech. I am a person that stands up for freedom and liberty, even if we disagree. I do not, actually, it's really funny. Our media team a long time ago, when we got on media, used to be like really concerned about people leaving a negative comment. I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying? Let them leave a comment. I'm a free speech person, even if they disagree with us that way. So I'm actually excited to be on Twitter. No, once again, I just put it up there that way, and you guys can go there and follow us there, because hopefully we actually continue to be on that platform. But if you're standing up for truth and freedom and free speech, which Elon Musk seems to be doing that way, I'm very excited that we have a platform that we can do this, because we're trying to get information out there crazy. Now, with the information that we do, remember, we're putting great videos out. We have a great marketing team. We have wonderful people putting in place. But what I also like to do, I just like to grab my phone, no joke. I love this. And this is what Brandon made me do years ago. No joke. I just grab my phone. I would literally jump on my personal Facebook page and I will go live. All right. And I actually started that way with the Dr. Patrick Flynn page. And like I said, it grew to hundreds of thousands of people, and it kept on going and kept on growing. And it was kind of neat seeing those stats go up like crazy until they wiped us off. But the cool thing is this, I still go live in my personal, and I'm surprised how many people jump on live. But the one thing that I always do, when people connect with me, it warms my heart. It really does. Like I said, you want to know something about me? It's all about connection, period, okay? That is how you win me. And when you win me like that, especially when you are actually on media, I like to give stuff away. It's just nature of me. I like to, when people engage with me and talk to me and share ideas and do stuff, I even love when people share ideas that are different than mine. I think it's cool. It's why in this show, I've always said, I will give a person that's a massive lover of the COVID vaccine a stage right here. I will respectfully let him sit here. We can have a good dialogue. And as long as there's no forcing on either side, I'm cool with anybody's thoughts, okay? That being said, I love when people engage with me. And so I did a live both Sunday and Monday. I'll probably go live tomorrow night on my personal Facebook page, just grabbing the phone and talking to you guys and give you some life-changing information. But then I like to give some stuff away because, once again, we actually had a lot of people on Sunday and Monday. And I said, listen, if you actually make a comment below about what you thought or things like that and share it, you are going to have a chance to win a present. Okay, now as you guys know, I love apple cider vinegar. Now, I'm not giving apple cider vinegar away. You can buy this for a couple bucks at your grocery store, but it's kind of cool. I actually put together a little care package, including our Wellness Way shots, because once again, I don't drink alcohol, but that's just me. But I do shots. I do shots every day. It just happens to be apple cider vinegar. So I'm gonna take my shot right now. And yes, so people say, Doc, do you water it down? No, but trust me, that'll put hair on your chest. Ooh, that's some good stuff right there. You're on. Do I do a chaser of coffee and Zevia? Yes. Oh, yeah. Got some good stuff right there. But what I'm doing is I'm giving put a little gift package, some Wellness Way shot glasses, some herbs, and a t-shirt in there. And the person who won that, I told you I was going to announce it on Saturday's show, is Lisa Martin. Lisa, thank you for actually engaging with me. I actually have your stuff right here. Thank you for actually just making comments. So if you want to win with me, connect with me. How do you connect with me being 1,000 miles away or across a different country or actually even across the state or not in the studio? Guess what happens? That's what media allows us to do. And I love giving stuff away. For some reason, God created me to actually be a giver. You know what I'm saying? Actually, you know what's really funny? Brandon knows this. I actually don't like gifts. Do you ever tell you that? It's even hard for me to accept a compliment or a gift. It's just me. Like I said, I'm more of a person that would really give something away, okay? That's like I said, it's like, so when you guys do that, it's just by nature that I want to give to you guys as much as I can. So that being said, interact with me. We're gonna continue to do that on my lives. I probably will go live tomorrow night when everybody's kind of settled down for the weekend that way, and we'll talk about some great things. And the majority of things I'd like to talk about on those nights are actually a lot of female hormone issues, because I get a lot of emails. I kid you not. I got here early this morning. I get here before the crack of dawn. I like to watch the sun come up and then actually keep on answering all the questions and prep for the show. But I get emails daily. It's really sad. I mean sad, I mean this. Even one I got this morning, I could pull it up right here. I can't show you because there's names and I always keep people's lives private. But here's a woman, no joke, rheumatoid, suffering, medications like crazy, been taking a bunch of junk from drugs to supplements that people are throwing at her and just continually getting worse. And it's sad, you know what I'm saying? But you know something? This email is a connection. And my heart goes to this woman. And I will respond and I will talk to her. And I'll actually see if she's close to one of the wonderful offices that we have across the world, and see if she can go see one of our docs. But on top of it, I'm gonna connect with her because you know why? There's a sick, suffering individual. And there's a lot of that out there. And the sad part is this, it's only getting worse. You would actually think with the medical advancements, which I'm very excited about some medical advances. Let me give you an example. I actually know a heart surgeon from Aurora. I do. He's a wonderful man, great guy. Once again, and the advances in technology and surgery that he's even noticed over the last 20 years has been great. It really has. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited that we can look at a medical system that all of a sudden, if somebody is suffering from a massive heart attack or could possibly die from a stroke or anything like that, as a cardiologist, that he can go in there and save that person's life. And we talk about the technology, we talk about the things that they're advancing, and actually even the drugs are advancing to make sure in those emergency rooms and those emergency states that people are getting a chance to have a second chance, okay? And so you'd be surprised that we have all these advancements in medical technology. We have all these advancements for the fact that we have more hospitals, doctors, nurses, and all things in history. We have more availability. We actually are even better at speed. We really can help people faster than we did before. Actually, on the flip side, there's more natural things ever in history. There's more availability. No joke. You can basically get almost everything on Amazon. You can ship a berry that's from Brazil and bring it to Wisconsin and eat it. You can. Something to benefit your body. But then why, when we look at this, and we still look at some of the biggest killers in the world, and why there's so much death and destruction, isn't because that we lack medical advancements. It's we lack a different perspective. We lack the thinking it takes to actually even help these things avoided. It's interesting. Now, Durham, I can honestly tell you, when I talk to the cardiologist, and he's a great guy. You know, we chat every couple weeks or so and just about different things. And it's really funny. And he's still so obsessed with people lowering their cholesterol levels. And he'll say, oh, Doc, I know your perspective on it. I'm like, yeah, but you can't keep on telling people to lower their cholesterol and give statin drugs like crazy. And they're still in there repeatedly going for heart surgeries like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really funny. I actually looked this up. It's kind of hilarious. Here's what they do. All of a sudden, heart surgeon has to do some surgery, opens up an artery, opens up things, does surgery, and says, look at all the plaque and cholesterol in there. See, it's cholesterol that causes the heart disease. Well, you look at it a different way, have a different perspective. Maybe when you have damage to an artery, the body says, listen, I don't want that artery to pop a leak. Imagine poking a hole in a hose that actually have a garden hose that's going out to the sprinkler. And all of a sudden you see that thing poke a little hole in there and it starts spurting out like crazy. Okay? Got to plug that hole. And maybe the substance that your body uses to heal and plug that hole is cholesterol. So the cholesterol causes the problem, or do you have damage and now the cholesterol has to respond to the problem? Well, we've been lowering cholesterol for 70 years. And guess what happens? You know what still is the #1 killer across the world today? You can see it. It's still heart disease, stroke, you know what I'm saying? 2 major vascular diseases that are still consuming a lot of lives all over the world. It's pretty significant, you know what I'm saying? Heart disease and cancer dominate in the United States, but heart disease still to this day actually dominates across the world. You know what's really funny though? Because I can talk to a cardiologist, I can talk to a GP, I can talk to a PCP, a primary care provider, I can talk to a chiropractor, I can talk to a podiatrist, I can talk to a dentist. And you know something? There is one factor that I found that brings us all together on the same perspective. You know what it is? See, because I will look at them and I'll say, listen, I don't care if you have degeneration in your teeth, aka cavity. I don't care if you have, a bunion. I don't care if you have, a GI problem, cardiovascular problem, mental problem. There's a contributing factor that contributes to all those things. And it's inflammation. It is. Okay? And we all agree upon that. We all agree upon it. Now, the perspective is the approach. Well, remember, if you look at the cardiologist that I know, guess what happens? He looks at some things and he's like, well, I got to respond to it. Well, of course, because as you know, the analogy that I love, he's the fire department. And I thank God that he's a good fighter. He's actually a wonderful surgeon. He really is. And he's saved countless lives. We should appreciate that. We should thank him for that. But beyond that, his perspective and his advice is actually can lead you to more heart disease. Because he'll say, you should take this statin drug forever. Does anybody know one of the major mineral deficiencies, one of the things that actually is depleted by taking statin drugs? Coenzyme Q10, which is essential for heart repair, regeneration, growth, and function. Does anybody know the best thing you can do to get coenzyme Q10 is? Eat heart. Eat heart. You say, organ meats. I love eating heart, okay? Actually, no joke. I just made another huge order of my liver, kidney, and heart for people because the amount of coenzyme Q10 in a heart glandular. Now, yes, you can take a pill form of a heart glandular. I do too. I still eat liver, kidney, and heart. But what happens is, I also take a glandular because the glandular also has, orchid. Oh, which reminds me, Brandon. Oh, man, I wish it came in this week. I got interviewed on a podcast this week by a wonderful practitioner here, therapist in Green Bay. His name is Trevor. And stuff that'll be coming up soon that way. But we're gonna take all of our guys because I just ordered a bunch of lamb testicle. And guess what happens? It's gonna be raw, it's organic, and I'm making all the docs in here and I'm inviting Trevor, who's a therapist, he's a PT, we're gonna invite him over here, and we're going to do it on this show live. We're gonna eat lamb testicle live. We are.
You just cook it or what?
No, raw. It's raw. Brand's like, we cooking it? Hell no. We're raw on that testicle, okay? Now, if it was a bull testicle, we'd be Rocky Mountain oystering this thing up. Do you understand? But we are consuming some raw testicle on a show soon, once again. And for all you guys that don't do it, you might as well sit down and you pee too, okay? So, oh yeah, man, this show you get a manly man. You don't get any wussy men in this show, okay?
Social media, remember?
Yes, oh yeah, we're still on social. Oh crap, Brandon, we're going to get kicked off now because I offended the wussification of certain men that way. But we're going to do it. We're going to have some wonderful lamb testicle, and it's awesome. So, yes. And then people say, Doc, you're going to really eat testicle? Do you understand if you actually take a glandular, there actually is testicle in there, and that's why I love male glandulars. And also there's prostate, there's kidney, there's everything. It's kind of cool. I recently found a restaurant in Green Bay that has tripe. It's actually intestine, stomach. It's fantastic. You should eat it. We got to get back to those things that are regenerative for people that way. Because once again, I'm sorry, if you look at the perspective we have, even with wonderful cardiologists, even with wonderful doctors that can save people's lives, the advice and the perspective they're giving people is continuing to lead them to the major deaths that we do have across worldwide in cardiovascular. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because I can honestly tell you, traveling, speaking, doing things, I've had some wonderful opportunities across the world. I really have. And something that did change my life is I was speaking down in Texas. And I saw this guy in the crowd, and he had a couple people with him that way. And it was great because I was speaking on all this stuff. No joke, guys. If you really look at what I've taught, I haven't changed much in 23 years. And if you look at when Brandon came to me and we started some media, I basically have said the same thing. My videos, now once again, there's no two patients that are the same, but you look at the perspective of how they figure it out, it's very similar. And all of a sudden, this guy is smiling, looking at the crowd, no joke, a standing ovation, and all of a sudden he comes up to me and he introduces himself, and he looks at me and goes, I really love what you have to say. And it was great because I'm like, nice to meet you. And he goes, my name is Dr. Nathan Bryan. And this man, I'm not joking, I kid you not, probably one of the most, this is my opinion, probably one of the most smartest geniuses I've ever met in my life. Not a joke. He is the #1 nitric oxide expert in the world. He actually studied under the guy who discovered nitric oxide. We're going to get into our interview shortly that way. But him and I have become great friends over the years. We have done wonderful things together. This is the guy who taught me how to research and how to publish, because he's been published so much. He's actually incredible. And I really love stats and research. And this man, we're the same age, but this man, he's a scientific researcher. He's taught at medical schools. He's actually, no joke, his job even today is to make medications. But through his discoveries of trying to find medications for nitric oxide, he came up with some genius things. And that's when we started to work together a long time ago. And we're going to go about that in the interview. But I'm telling you right now, the guy has had a major impact on me because he's a scientist. Listen to his words. And you're going to be surprised for some of the things that he says during his interview, because you're going, he's a medical scientist? He actually, no joke, he's in third stage of a trial of a medication that the White House asked him to produce and stuff. So he has taught me how to research. He's taught me how to publish. He's done it. This is his normal daily life that way. You can see in the interview that when I did this a couple days ago, he's actually down speaking at a major conference as a keynote speaker to medical professionals all over the world. That's the majority of his job besides the research he does. So it's exciting, and we're going to move into our interview now with a great friend of mine, one of the smartest people that I've ever met in my life, one of the greatest researchers, one of the most ethical individuals. He's a good old country Texas boy. Talk about Rocky Mountain oysters. We talk about it all the time and stuff like that. But we're going to step into our interview now with Dr. Nathan Bryan. Oh, yes, thank you. See, once again, that's why I have these wonderful people here. I'm gonna let you guys know, because this is not a joke. We are still on a little bit of social media because we haven't ticked off everybody, but the idea is this. So we now do this. We're gonna take a 1-minute break for you guys that are maybe on YouTube, Facebook, that are watching it live. And remember, go to adp.thewellnessway.com. So if you're on the website right now, which the majority of people always are, stay there, because we're taking a little pause, and then we're going to move into the interview, because we have to shut it down. Because if this interview, who's actually a scientist, a accredited scientist, works for all the medical schools, taught there, does research, White House asked them to produce a medication, stuff like that. If this interview actually goes up on live, they could kick us off just from that alone. So we're going to take a 1-minute break, and then we're going to play and go to the interview, and then we'll finish the rest of the show. But the show will only continue on adp.thewellnessway.com. Thank you, Brandon, for bringing it up. So we will see you guys shortly after the interview.